Jehoshaphat, one of the great kings of Judah, was a man who sought the Lord and led his nation in righteousness. His story, filled with both triumphs and lessons, highlights the power of faith, obedience, and seeking God in times of crisis. Jehoshaphat was the son of Asa, a king who had also sought to follow God, but faltered in his later years. When Jehoshaphat ascended the throne of Judah at the age of 35, he inherited a kingdom that had known both peace and war. Determined to walk in the ways of his forefather David, Jehoshaphat began his reign with zeal for the Lord. He strengthened the kingdom by fortifying cities and appointing capable leaders. Early in his reign, Jehoshaphat demonstrated his commitment to God by removing the high places and Asherah poles used for pagan worship. He sent officials and Levites throughout the land to teach the people God's law, ensuring that the nation was grounded in the covenant with Yahweh. 2 Chronicles 17 verses 7-9. As a result, the fear of the Lord fell on the surrounding nations, and Judah enjoyed a time of peace and prosperity. Jehoshaphat's fame spread, and even neighboring nations brought him tribute. His military strength grew as he built a formidable army, but his true strength lay in his reliance on God. Despite his faithfulness, Jehoshaphat made a significant error in judgment when he allied himself with Ahab, the wicked king of Israel. Ahab proposed that their two nations join forces to reclaim the city of Ramoth-Gilead from the Arameans. Before agreeing, Jehoshaphat insisted on seeking the counsel of the Lord. Ahab reluctantly called for a prophet, but only after parading false prophets who predicted success. When the true prophet, Micaiah, warned of disaster, Ahab dismissed him, and Jehoshaphat unwisely followed Ahab into battle. The alliance nearly cost Jehoshaphat his life. During the battle, the Aramean forces targeted him, mistaking him for Ahab. Jehoshaphat cried out to God, and the Lord delivered him. Ahab, however, was struck by a random arrow and died, fulfilling Micaiah's prophecy, 2 Chronicles 18 verses 28-34. Humbled by the experience, Jehoshaphat returned to Jerusalem and renewed his commitment to God. He appointed judges throughout Judah, instructing them to administer justice impartially and to fear the Lord in their decisions. "Consider carefully what you do," he told them, "because you are not judging for mere mortals but for the Lord." 2 Chronicles 19 verse 6. Jehoshaphat's faith was put to the test when a vast coalition of Moabites, Ammonites, and Meunites gathered to wage war against Judah. Faced with an overwhelming enemy, Jehoshaphat did not rely on his army. Instead, he proclaimed a fast and gathered the people to seek the Lord. In the assembly, he prayed a heartfelt prayer, acknowledging God's sovereignty and confessing Judah's dependence on him. "We do not know what to do, but our eyes are on you." 2 Chronicles 20 verse 12. God answered through a prophet named Jehaziel, who assured the people that the battle was not theirs but the Lord's. Encouraged by this promise, Jehoshaphat led his people in worship, appointing singers to praise the Lord as they marched into battle. When Judah arrived at the battlefield, they found their enemies defeated. The invading armies had turned on one another, and by the time Judah reached the scene, not a single enemy soldier remained alive. The people of Judah spent 3 days gathering the plunder, and the valley where this miraculous victory occurred became known as the Valley of Barakah, meaning blessing. 2 Chronicles 20 verse 26. Jehoshaphat's reign continued to be marked by reform and devotion to God, though not without flaws. Toward the end of his life, he made another ill-advised alliance with Ahaziah, the wicked king of Israel, to build a fleet of trading ships. This venture failed, as God's prophet rebuked him for allying with a wicked man. 2 Chronicles 20 verses 35-37. Jehoshaphat died after reigning for 25 years and was buried in the city of David. He left behind a legacy of faith, reform, and trust in God, showing that even a great leader can falter, but is still capable of accomplishing much through dependence on the Lord. Jehoshaphat's story is a reminder that seeking God in all circumstances brings peace, protection, and victory. It also highlights the importance of discernment in alliances and the dangers of compromising with unrighteousness.